Club Pearls. Club Pearl.
And, you know what? And Carol has already started, but you know what? It's been a lot has happened since the last time we were together. So in case you all need to be brought up, last time we were here, we had just the day before we had attended a press conference because council persons Burns, Winfrey Carter, and Jarrett had a press conference, and then the next day they put recall out on Tonya.
That's yours.
So since then, there have been more recall language has gone out.
Oh my God! Now that like Oprah when she was giving out them cards that day. You get a recall. You get a recall. You get a recall. You get a recall.
Well, Judy has one.
Judy needs one.
Ladel has one.
Ladel needs one.
Mayor Neeley.
Let's talk about
has one.
I'm
gonna go through the list first.
Okay. Come on, Carol.
I'm gonna go through this list. We still don't have a president for the council. We still don't have a third ward council person. Evictions have been served. Okay.
You
all want to start with
you still don't have an ombuds person.
Oh, we still don't have an ombuds person.
We just ain't got. We just ain't got.
Without having an ombuds, how can you do that? I mean, what's the point?
The same way you have a meeting without having a president.
Without having a quorum.
And without having
starting the meeting without a quorum. Just gonna start the meeting with
just
the
start
people
having the meeting. They're lawless and they just do whatever they want to do.
So who all watched the meeting last night? You all want to start with the meeting?
Let me say this.
Go ahead.
I'd like to extend a warm happy birthday to Councilwoman Tonya Burns.
Happy birthday.
Yes. 16 today.
This is your anniversary, your 21st birthday.
Again.
Go have your drink.
Yeah. I'm sure she's having a cocktail. And wear your pearls. Happy birthday, T.
Yeah, happy birthday, Tommy. Enjoy. So you all watched the meeting last night?
Yes, I did.
So I didn't see the beginning part. When I started tuning in, I tuned in about when they started doing the interviews for the third ward people. And I'm gonna clutch my pearls. I was appalled. I was just appalled.
At what?
At some of the questions that were being asked.
Like what?
Like, did you have a felony and all of have you had fraud charges when we got a whole criminal up there already on the scene?
With rape charges.
Rape charges, walking around. But you gonna act
like ain't none of that happening.
Yeah, I'm like that. Her little fraud charges. This we got
big stuff.
Yeah, we got
Well, that just goes to show you when certain people want something, then criminals are accepted, and these are violent offenses. We have council people with violent offenses sitting on council. They may not even live in their respective ward. But however, nobody ever says anything about that they sat on the opera board for the third ward.
Secretly.
And then the next few months they're qualified to be in the first ward
with guns,
with the house that they're renting.
Rifle.
That
they're
not
a gun, an assault rifle.
Oh, look, the bottom line is we have known criminals that nobody's mentioned. And then you interviewed the one young lady who was illegally evicted, whose son.
Oh, right.
Yeah, whose son and his friend wet himself. He was so traumatized. So, let's be clear. We have several sets of standards depending on who you are, because we also have council people, Ladel Lewis, and we also had Doug Matthews commit felonies going in people's mailboxes, and the authorities were notified, and nothing's been done.
Well, you brought up the interviews of the four candidates, I guess we can say, and they acted like they were on trial. They acted like they were in a courtrum with those kinds of questions about have you ever been, with the felonies and crimes and fraud.
I'm not
going to
call their names because I don't believe that they deserve it. But that number 7 with her, I said, do she think she Fannie Willis or somebody? Who she think she is with them? That question, girl. Anyway, okay, go on ahead.
So for the first ward council, who has a vest, who has no mess,
the vester
with Mester, keeps calling community meetings and
cancels.
Show up scared. Would you say that? And you carry a gun,
now
like Dick Tracy, a Tommy gun into somebody's house? Are you serious?
Now he was gonna be in the witness.
Wear a vest.
He was gonna be in the witness protection program after all that stuff went on.
I hope he is. Let's hope
you ain't seen. Well, he did show up at the meeting, but he wasn't answering no questions.
Well, I want to know if the eviction for Hasselbring will be like the one for.
Oh, girl, will he go in there, go up there
right?
With
that other eviction,
tossed him up out of there with his homeboy.
Is he gonna go up to Hasselbring with the Draco?
No, he's gonna. No, it's gonna be like it was at House of Esther. They're gonna come. They're gonna go up there and they're going to lock the doors. I guarantee you, he's not gonna. Because the right way to do the eviction would be if the notice, because that wasn't really that notice that they got was not signed by a judge. Exactly. That was signed by the attorney, the city attorney.
Okay,
isn't that a violation of the law? I've never heard
they have to go. If you don't, it's a procedure. So once they get out, they have to go and file.
Let me say this.
What you gonna say?
You talking about they're not following procedure? Didn't we see him on tape evicting somebody with a weapon? And this little boy has a 911 call saying that his landlord has came into his house with a gun illegally, and he has not been held responsible. So yes, they can get the city attorney to sign some paperwork and throw you out. And guess what? If Hasselbring fights it and takes it across the street, I don't have any confidence in our judges that they would do the right thing, because they're such suck-ups to people with positions. And that is what is plaguing our city.
That's what I think. The politics has spread out on both sides of the street. It's very ugly. It's very nasty. No progress. The people that allegedly want to be president and vice president have no community support. The community is done with them. You've had your year out. Get out.
You brought up a point about not following procedures. Did you see the news clip? There was a news clip, and it was the councilman in the first ward, and he said, if council could just go away by ourselves and
do an illegal meeting.
And the reporter didn't even say
have an illegal meeting
without
transparency and violate the Open Meetings Act. Because I've been breaking the rules. Why do I have to follow them now?
And the city put him in the position to have secret ARPA meetings at the library. So he's had the training to have
But what I'm trying to figure out is you don't have enough sense to know you are breaking the Open Meetings Act. That's a violation.
Nope.
It says it on the news, but the reporter had a responsibility to say, well, isn't that a violation of the Open Meetings Act?
What channel is it?
You know what? I don't remember if that was channel 12 or I can't remember.
Is that the same station that let Tom Patz do a whole press conference about me, which was full of lies? And he's never redacted, neither did Channel 12. So it's not shocking that Channel 12 would do something like. And then I wanted to ask you this, because was Kerry Nelson involved in that interview last night? Okay, did they ask him about his stealing from his church? And that
he
the church
said that the charges were dropped.
That didn't mean he didn't steal.
Right.
I'm just telling you what the man said.
Let me say this: when your church has to take you to court because you're a hot-pocketed thief, why should the city? If your church can't trust you, if your pastor can't trust you, if the mother of the church can't trust you, then why should residents of the city be put in a position to have to trust you when clearly you're not trustworthy.
So that takes us to AC Dumas as the person who has been chosen by us.
We got some comments here.
Oh, let's hear the comments.
Melissa Zembrisky, good evening, ladies.
Hey, Melissa.
I try to keep up tonight, but I do have to go to bed early due to working and have to be. Melissa, we want you to keep that job, baby.
Yeah.
But I need you to go to bed, okay? Because I need you to keep that job, okay? We got some things we need to do, and we need you included. So we need you to keep that job, sugar.
I miss Melissa.
And happy birthday. And Melissa says, happy birthday to Councilwoman Tonya Burns.
Look at that one.
Melissa again, Leon does even though he has his expunge, he still did it. I don't care if he has the expunge or not. Philip Johnson, hello, Philip.
Hey, Philip. You all share too. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Yes, absolutely. So Melissa, I'm wondering about Kerry. Did he embezzle the money from the church?
And did.
Ooh.
Well, Kerry was charged, but he said the charges were dropped.
So if you were charged and the charges was dropped, no. The charges might have been dropped, but his church gave him directions not to be back there with that money. And I got it from a long-standing member of his church. And even though they told him not to be back there, guess who they said slipped their way back there anyway?
Tell us.
He's still, after these charges, still running back there, allegedly, because I don't go to the church. I'm just telling you what his church member said, because I don't go to his church.
Who doesn't live in the city?
They said he got caught. He was stealing from the church. They knew he was stealing. And then they filed charges on him. And from what I understood, they were successful with filing these charges on him. And all of this, I didn't follow the case. I'm just going based off of what his church members said.
Well, let me ask you this. So the council person, we're talking like them. Now, the council person in the 7th Ward asked the question, right? Mm-hmm. What was she trying to get from that question?
I don't know, but
that's what I want to know.
Her daddy like that.
Oh, girl. Ooh. I need some sun. I need some shades.
Ooh, Lord. Where my shades at?
Oh. Thank you.
Can we say violent offender?
How many times, Miss 182? How many charges did the man have? But anyway, okay.
I just thought that was a tip, you know.
Yeah, the way she framed the question. It was very nasty.
Yes.
And but I'd like to say, while you're talking about that, it's that group. Mm-hmm. I can give you the numbers. Mm-hmm. 1, 2, you know what I'm talking about, all the way up to 7, are the ones that are pushing people who have
criminal backgrounds. Because they're criminals. Thieves.
Birds of a feather flock together.
Out of the City Hall. City Hall. Mm-hmm. These are the people that are being encouraged, pushed on us. That's not who I want. That's not who I want in my community.
Let's say that. I'm going to say this for the record. There is an agenda taking place. Okay?
Oh, yes.
Remember this? Hasselbring ain't got nothing to worry about. Y'all see my work, and Miss Bev ain't got nothing.
Well, we knew who said that. Was that
Council Person 1? Council Person 1.
Oh,
and but this is the killer. This is the killer. Exactly 1 month to the date of the election, Hasselbring got to get their stuff and getting up out of there.
January 5th.
And this is the other thing. The House of Esther sitting on 40-some acres. It caught on fire. All the Flint community schools that sit on a lot of acreage that's desirable always catch on fire.
Yeah, they didn't.
That a coincidence?
They're trying to burn Northern and Central down forever.
Because they want that property. I'm gonna say it again. I said it while I was on the board. I've been saying it for over a decade. They want that land. They don't want to pay for it. They want it for free. And then they're going to make millions. And you and I, who have carried the burden of paying the taxes and all of this, are going to be left high and dry. And they will not fix our water until their plan, whatever their agenda is, that they're pushing, until they have their agenda in place. We that have been paying the price, that have been the true victims, will not receive any restitution, any water corrections, any payouts, or anything of that nature, because we have an administration that does not work for us. Okay.
Pushes illegal people that are doing illegal acts all the time.
The water tastes fresh. Come on.
But people was dropping
That's what Neeley said. It tastes fresh.
And it's
okay. I'm gonna go to the comments because that was some that was some bull.
Catch us up.
Okay, so we got Terrence Bell says, Carol, what it do? And okay, ladies, great show. And then Mark Hutchinson. AC Dumas did not do the work. Bev did the work. Bev gets the seat. Which one of you will volunteer to speak with AC to drop out? He's only causing confusion. Okay, well, I'm going to say this, Mark, and this may be an unpopular opinion, but it's Stephanie's opinion, and it's not, and that's all. They're not going to vote for Bev. The shady foe, fabulous foe, funky foe, whatever you want to call her. Funky foe. They not gonna vote for Bev. Okay. Bev done brought bras up there. Bev done told she done dog walk.
So
every last one of them. Good. They not gonna. No, don't get me wrong.
The people voted for her, but they are not.
Well, let me say this. This is the decision of the people, though. But because they dogmatic and unlawful, they circumvent the process to take the power that belongs to the people away from the people because they are stealing.
It's supposed to be the decision of the people.
Right.
It's supposed to be.
Go back to that point.
But so I submit that maybe AC will be a good alternative to put in there for the simple fact of if they can get the city back to working or flowing again, and then you know what?
Have the election.
Then have the election, and then this time make it so that the election sticks. They won't have any.
Right.
Yeah, do things in decent.
Well, you know what that equals though. That equals they get another chance to steal the election because it didn't go their way.
They get another bite of the
and let me
apple.
say this. And I got mad love for AC Dumas. And like I said, whether it's Miss Bev or AC, I'm fine with either one of them. I think the people will be well represented. But to disregard the fact that the people spoke and they voted for Miss Bev, I don't care how the city council feel about them, because we, the people, don't like half of the city council. Ladel, look how many times they've tried to recall her. Okay, and people sign to recall her. If they don't pull some old flip flam or some old loophole BS, she'd have been gone 152 meetings ago. Okay. Also, I just feel like the disregard for the people's vote, right on down to the mayorship when stuff wasn't signed right and bans was broke, so we couldn't have a proper recount. I think we should have had a whole nother election then. This is being done to override the voice of the people and to rob us from being a part of the democratic process.
So, well, you know what? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, the follow-up, and I guess you could follow up to it since you're talking. Mark Hutchinson said, Bev did the work. It's a horrible precedent when someone does all the work with no reward. Gotta be Bev.
And it should have been. And that's period. I'm in agreement. It should have been.
They agree with you wholeheartedly.
And I don't think they should get an alternative. Who are you if you don't know what the people say? We ain't gonna get them.
So tomorrow, let me say this. Tomorrow, 11 o'clock, Judge Kelly's office, Elizabeth Kelly in Circuit Court. That is when 8:30. Oh, that's 8:30. That's for the recall. Yeah. But I'm talking about
Billy Danzler.
The Ethics and Accountability Board sued City Council around.
So how in the hell can they sue City Council? They don't.
When they got they fired their ombuds person, then rehired her for something else, but ain't replaced the ombuds. But then they gonna sue the City Council. But then somebody need to sue them. Because you haven't answered complaints, you refuse to even look at evidence in open meetings to a formal complaint. Then you illegally fired this woman, and you know she got a daughter in college. So you gonna gonna strong arm her. And then this is the thing: every time the Ethics and Accountability Board voted to take action, Trishelle Young ran interference, and it was always on behalf of the administration.
I was going to say it's all of the puppets.
So it's
the
to
mayor.
stop you from holding your administration
That's what it
responsible,
is.
but she's willing to slay anybody because she's going after people they want her to go after.
And but that's what Ladel does. That's what Candace does. That's what they do.
What Neeley does.
Right. And that's what I'm talking about.
No,
he sends them.
He sends other people to do
right.
it.
He sends
and then he sit around and grin in your face.
Exactly.
And then when he see you out, he looking in your face, waiting for you to speak to him like you don't know.
I might be the only person that feels this way. I like his name on the garbage can. I think that's where it belongs.
I covered it up.
I
covered mine.
Why you gonna try to slide dog call him trash? You think you slick? I see you. I see you. Let me clutch.
Did she do that? I'm sorry.
Terrence on sales in the live. He's saying, hey, we got Philip Johnson. The legal system, the judicial process is not opposed to what most people believe they should. Follow the law, not always, and that defeats what people tend to believe the courts are for. Philip Johnson's in the live. I just wanted to tell you all who was in here, and of course, Mark Hutchinson said you cannot calculate to people like Ladel. You will get nowhere. She lies with ease. Philip Johnson says, since so many recalls did not pass the board of canvassers or get put out by the county clerk, in some instances, county clerk. What does that tell you about the positions in the process? Does anyone think the deck is stacked against the
Absolutely. It is absolutely, positively 150.
And that's the problem. It's against the people.
Yes,
because they don't care about the people because they want to just take care of themselves and line their own pockets and get what they can get for them because it's about me and not we.
You have some people that are disruptors. Tonya is a disruptor. Jerry Winfrey Carter is a disruptor.
Martin Luther King was.
Martin Luther King was. Dennis is a disruptor. And people, I saw somebody in the comments and I said, Dennis has been on the side of the right people, the good people. So Dennis is a disruptor. Jonathan Jarrett has been a disruptor.
Carol McIntosh on the ethics board was a disruptor.
You're a big disruptor.
Did you see when at the press conference when Jerry Winfrey Carter got up and said, she is not the president. This is not an official meeting.
Boom.
I said, ooh,
she wanted to say
she was on fire.
And what you don't want to do is make Jerry Winfrey Carter mad.
Don't make Jerry mad.
Now, she's
And here's another issue too. You said don't make Jerry Winfrey Carter mad. Okay, I forgot my thought.
Well, don't make her mad. But she laid that out.
Absolutely.
And Ladel didn't know what to do. She didn't expect her to
get
the crowd like that.
That picture.
Put her picture. Throw that picture up. Come on now. Oh, witchy poo up.
While I'm pulling that up, somebody said I have purple tape over Neeley name on the trash can.
See,
I told y'all let's have a masking tape party at the turn.
His name belongs on trash.
Yeah, well, it does.
It represents name.
It represents what he is.
I just wonder what. Yeah,
look at it.
The picture.
What in his infinite wisdom made him think that was a good idea?
Why would you want your name on trash?
Well, wait a minute.
Why would you even want your name on trash?
I think that we're missing. I think that we're missing a big piece of this trash situation. And I think that this is another opportunity to call out the judicial system around here because those trash cans were purchased with grant money, right? And it is illegal to use grant money to advertise and campaign for yourself personally. So when you put your personal name on city property, that is illegal. But of course we're not going to address that. We ain't going to address that because he did something wrong. Now, if you would have did it, it'd have been on CNN and they'd have been talking about.
I know. But see, I would never put my name on
FBI
trash.
Right.
But you know what? So let me tell you this. My name wouldn't be on trash.
That's right.
Shred your stuff. Because they have those numbers on those trash cans.
Oh, don't scare me.
So now they tracking my mail.
Don't scare me.
Somebody said people need to return those trash cans. How are you going to be taxed for something a company claimed to gift you?
Can I respond to that? So Mrs. Gladys took her garbage can back to City Hall.
I love her. Call Miss Gladys.
Call Miss Gladys.
They don't like her. So they pulled her arm to get her out of there. She was walking around with her arm in a sling.
And she should have filed a theft charge.
Ladel gets up out of her seat, walks all the way back to where she was,
and
bumps
her.
Into her.
And then it's like, she assaulted me. I was standing right. She assaulted me.
And now Miss Gladys is in the hospital, recovering from.
Are you serious?
Miss Gladys ought to sue them. Miss Gladys ought to sue the city. She needs to sue because all these older ladies, include all these older ladies who have been thrown, not just the older ladies, period. The city of Flint, it is illegal for them to put you out of a meeting because you are not going along with their nonsense. It is a violation. I've been saying this of your constitutional rights. The problem here in Flint is the reason they do these things because they know none of these attorneys have the ethics.
They're all together.
Or the balls.
Right. They're all
to do what
together.
they're taking an oath to do, and that's stand up against injustices.
And I would like to bring that a little closer to the police aren't doing it either. The chief of police has not told his people they want to put their hands on the people in council. There's nothing going on with those of us that are elders, and 99% of the people in there are older. The police have no reason to put their hands on anyone at all. There's nothing going on by them.
Listen,
they do.
If you're in the city of Flint, you're around here at your own risk. The police might show up, they might not.
Well,
and I'm not shading the police department because I think some of the police, I know because you know what? I'm not shading the police officers. I'm shading the leadership.
See, there's ethics. The police themselves have an ethical responsibility.
Yeah, but if there's 10 people on call and you're trying to cover a whole city, what can you do?
Well, this is the problem. Let me say this. I have a problem with the police because they can whoop the hell out of old lady at a council meeting, but we got these murders going on and you won't show up for 4 days because you're scared that one of these little young whippersnappers gonna kick fire up out that back of that blue suit. So they won't run up on no criminals, but you want to whoop an 80-year-old woman because they a bunch of cowards. Just like their leader. Well, 70, 80. If you're over 55, like I said, they whooping old women.
Yeah.
They whooping old women. Okay. Because even with these men that came in there with their firearms, why you didn't take none of them and throw them down? Why you didn't take none of them men with them guns and knock them in their head and kick them in the back of their pants?
And run up against them
because they might catch you out on the street. See, and that's another thing. And then this is another thing. Ladel needs to be charged with assault against Miss Gladys. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because the public was back there getting packets for the public.
She had no reason to be back there.
City council packet is way different from what we receive as the public.
To do that.
What we receive as the public.
And I have an issue with that about the clerk. The public should have that exact.
Can we talk about the clerk?
That violate.
Let me talk about the clerk because she has just given away all of her power. Because I'm still upset. I mean, Davina isn't speaking up. She is not taking charge. She's supposed to be running that meeting until a president is chosen. She knows it. That sorry city attorney knows it. And they're letting them get away with it. They're not doing anything. And Davina knows better. And if she didn't want to do the job, if you don't have the will to do the job, then you shouldn't be there.
Well, let me say this. She saw how they fired the Buzz person. And so Davina says she's trying to feed her grandbabies.
Okay, well, you know what?
And buy some more of them Tima wigs.
No, she shouldn't step aside. She should go to jail when they go. Okay, because it's you ain't upholding your oath. You being unlawful when you sit back and watch them be unlawful. I feel like Davina is the main problem because she should be turning them in for all this unlawful stuff they're doing. But like I said, Davina trying to get her money, and that is the problem with Flint. Everybody's turning a blind eye to get their paycheck.
Well, they act like they're all scared of Ladel.
Do you see her?
They act like they are all scared.
How wide her back is.
That's retribution.
But you know what? I don't know. Nope.
Well, the police chief consents to it. He allowed it.
They're scared of her.
I think the police chief is afraid of her.
And then this is the thing. Say you ain't scared of her, and she decides she want to choke you out, and you beat the stuffing out that big giant muffin. You going to jail.
Yeah.
Just like she came back there and pushed on Miss Gladys. Oh, she assaulted me. Well, first of all, this is the public. We're in a crowd.
Right.
We're getting packets. You got a packet and you get it electronically if you want it. So why this moose come from off the city council seat to bust up through the people that are trying to get packets? She targeted Miss Gladys.
She did.
And then went to screaming and hollering about Miss Gladys attacked her.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now you ain't
well, who else has done that? That's what Paul
and
does
the
same thing.
Yes,
and Paul don't run up on no men either. He beat up on women too.
Women.
Oh, but
only attacks
and then when he ran up on Miss
Well, I'm gonna have you know that Ladel runs up on men and women, because remember how she did Arthur, the dentist that day in that meeting?
Like, what you want?
You know why she do that? Like I said, because she's a city council person, and if they lay her pants flat and knock her into another galaxy, they're gonna go to jail from now on. Okay, that's why she's doing
some comments. What are the comments?
Shout out to people on YouTube.
All right, we're gonna shout out to the people on YouTube.
We got Moon Lagoon from YouTube.
Moon
Sisters.
All right, Moon Lagoon.
Facts, and you got T. Austin from YouTube.
Okay, T. Austin. All right. We thank you for tuning in.
Thank you for tuning in.
We have Terrence O'Sale said her hair looked like a side of curly fries from Arby.
You know what?
Where your phone? Put your phone down right now.
The fries do be tight at Arby's too. They be so tight.
So
just for context.
Oh, look at her.
Okay.
Y'all do look like some curly fries.
Yep.
Okay.
you want everybody to see
Yeah,
what curly fries on your head looks like.
Philip Johnson said attorneys are no better than
No.
other people exacting violence on residents. It was an attorney that got Eric Mays in Eric Mays' face at the BIS and threatened to crack his skull. And almost any other city council that would never happen because nobody would ever get that far, period. Terrence O'Sell said straight up cowards. They scared of men and they boss up on older ladies. Said Terrence O'Sell said second ward a big linebacker bully.
Absolutely.
Said, Karen, one of your girls could take her.
That's right. And it be age.
Mrs. Zambrinsky said she reminds you of the lady off North.
Ooh, retribution. Coming through when she walking, the floor just be shaking.
So did you watch yesterday? I mean, when I watched them do that, I'm going back to yesterday again with the third ward. They couldn't get a president.
No,
we can't get a president.
They can't. They absolutely can't.
Well, they said
they can't.
They're gonna just write with what they have now.
Who is the president? Is it Ladel?
It's still Ladel.
Let me say this.
In reality, there's no president.
Let me say this.
Yeah.
And they're violating the charter.
As usual.
After a year, if they don't have a president, Davina, who ain't gonna do her job for all the tea in China, is supposed to be orchestrating these meetings.
Exactly.
Okay, but since Sheldon Neeley done told her she better not do her job,
right?
And she's pretending like she's so scared when really I think Davina might be getting a little cut of that money too. I'm gonna call you out, Davina. I don't believe you're letting all this go. I don't believe you're letting all this take place on your watch, not reporting it, and you ain't getting your little hand greased.
Because you know what? Now, if Inez was there, if they were doing this, she'd go on record.
Yeah.
And say, you know what? They might keep it the foolishness up, but she said, I'm going on record
that they're breaking the law.
Exactly. Yeah. And Davina won't do that.
And that she takes their directions like, call them up, see why they're not here. I want you to call them up and see why they're not here. But when it's go ahead.
No, you go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I just get upset with that. I mean, more than upset. I think I'm angry with her because I expect a Black woman to stand up against adversity, and I don't care where it comes from. We go down there, we stand in front of the police. We actually gather around people where the police are coming after them to say, don't put your hands on them. There's no need. But Ladel can't do that. And the city clerk needs to say, I will not be taking directions from you like this.
She's causing the leadership.
And the city attorney needs to be speaking up too.
But he's
in cahoots.
That's our problem.
So obvious. His opinions are just
ridiculous. He is Attorney Kim.
Well, let's
2024. That's Kim 2024.
And Attorney Kim should have lost his law license all the lies he's
Well,
told.
I don't think
And on
it's
the
not
record.
too late. We can report it. But this is happening at my college too, just to throw in another.
Yeah, there's some mess going
They
on
got
there.
recalled. They got about 3 people being
But
recalled
their
too.
attorney resigned during the meeting after they found out that the corruption came up. So
You go to those meetings?
I have been going and I haven't watched.
I haven't gone.
Well, let me
It's
say
just like being at
this.
City Hall.
Let me say this.
Okay.
You might have a black city council, but it's some people in high places that are not black that are dictating and regulating here in Flint. Let's be clear. It's no coinkydink the north side of Flint has been left out of the loop as it pertains to the
that
city
master plan.
for many years. And that's because the white people can't control the north side because that's where the predominant black communities are.
That's why they say, oh, we can't build over here. But you all pay attention.
Green
Let me
space.
say this. You all pay attention because find out, what do they want Hasselbring for?
Oh,
that's what we need to talk about.
The vote.
They want that land.
And to control the vote because they took it from up there at Faith Temple.
Yep.
And Neeley, that's his buddy up there. And he was running through there like it was his house. And see, Bev over there, Miss Bev, was not having that at Hasselbring. She run it to the T. Okay. And then you got what about she do? But what about this? Didn't Billy they ran for city council? Didn't he get some trees cut down out of his backyard and then went to supporting the first ward city council person?
Oh yeah, he got a 15
by day, black hoodie by night,
and a mess.
Oh yeah, he got dinner too.
Stop it. Barrel dinner. That's all you had to do is you just needed some dinner from Cracker Barrel and cut my tree.
Oh, he's been promised a job up at Hasselbring, to my understanding.
Are they talking about the best mess running Hasselbring?
No.
He said JD
for cutting down that tree in the backyard and you supporting me. That's what it's been alleged. But this is the whole.
So this mayor will jerk around seniors, and I mean the word
jerk around seniors,
kids intentionally. Jerk around seniors without telling you're going to be out, you're going to get out.
If you will jerk around some kids and let them be poisoned by water, you will do anything to anybody.
A whole city. His mother
if you jerk around elderly people, you'll do anything.
Predator.
Yeah, and you walk around with a child predator.
Yeah.
And act like he don't know him. And then hugged all up cheek to cheek at his birthday party.
Yeah.
Just like he didn't know he didn't have a degree and he been putting that mess out for 20 years.
He said it was a staffer, and his staffers at that time were Candace Machat and Clyde. What's Clyde's last name?
Clyde
Edwards. Those were his staffers.
They tried to pull that on Miss Bev, talking about, well, you lied and said you had a degree. I want to say what a man lied. He still got job.
That's all you do is lie.
Yeah.
He and Ladel lie. He wears crosses.
She's a likability expert.
And then
he wears crosses and lies.
And then Ladel sat up there at the poll and told me when her and Candace Bouchette took that little weekend getaway, that was for her job. Yeah, that was for her job. That was for her job. Well, the city paid for it. Honey, I know you think because you've been stealing, the city is your personal bank. But even if it's for your job, the city should not be paying for that, dear. But because nobody follows, first of all, half of them, Stephanie, what is yours? Half of them over there don't know the rules.
You know it's time that we go. We gotta be careful so that no one will know.
Know what?
Secret love.
You can.
Are there any comments?
And correct me on this, has as yet not been legally adopted. Terrence O'Sell said they're gonna build on that land as soon as they go.
Absolutely,
that's
Terrence.
right.
Absolutely,
that's right.
Absolutely,
that's right.
And they're gonna fool
and all that trash on the south side, they're gonna move it to the north side.
They said Philip Johnson said the vast majority of that land is poison, and a lot of people still think that contamination sits still. It does
That's absolutely true. That's an excellent point.
I like what
Pollution
Terrence
does
said.
go.
That Terrence, I think you're talking about Ladel. You said she has a degree in bullyology. Bullyology.
And she likes it, doesn't she?
Yes.
She really
She
does.
wears
Well,
it
let me tell
well.
you
She
something.
wears. She's proud.
She likes the protection from the city. When she lose that position, watch how nice she be. I bet she ain't gonna.
So
be
do you
running
think
up
her
on
recall will go
me.
through? So tomorrow,
Let the recall.
we know Pfeiffer was approved.
His recall.
His was approved. Tonya Burns is tomorrow.
Tanya's is gonna get approved.
You
They're gonna
think
make
so?
sure
Yeah,
that
she-
Okay, then she
She's
have
exposing them for stealing and
Tanya
lying.
is
Then
to
we
the
have
city.
Judy.
They got to get rid of her.
Judy.
now that Judy is gonna be interesting. Judy is gonna be interesting. We're gonna see how they play Judy. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, if they let Judy's go through,
Then will Adele's.
if they let Ladell's go through,
Then will Neely's. I mean, we got a list.
but I'm gonna just tell you, it's gonna be interesting to see what they do because you've got Ladell. If they start letting these recalls go through, because at some point, Ladell, they're gonna
Everyone
have to.
can't be turned
Yeah,
down.
they can't. They can't keep returning Ladell's down.
Okay, so I can help them out. Deb Cherry, you're retiring at the end of the year. So come on, let them all go through. She's on the review. Let them go.
Well,
Let
Deb
them
Cherry.
go, Deb Cherry.
Well, Deb Cherry is
Right?
going to.
Deb Cherry.
First of the year.
She's
Deb.
FBI.
As in the federal BI?
No,
Friends.
friends, relatives and in-laws, brothers and in-laws, or whatever. I don't know,
So that'll be her parting.
but that'll be
gift
her
or something?
parting gift. She's
Oh.
not gonna.
But-
They gonna let Tanya's go through. I'm one of Tanya. Listen, everybody know me and Tanya been down for 40 years. So it's no shade or anything to Tanya. They're going to let hers go through because Tanya
They
is a
want her
disruptor
gone.
and they want her gone.
Because she. What are the problem?
Yeah.
You got
Are you eating my food?
no, not yet.
Not ever. Not this night.
And Tasha Lynn said, "Hi, ladies."
Hey, Tasha.
Terrence O'Sills has laughs. Michael Clack for state representative, said if those recalls are successful, who will replace these council persons? And then Ree Johnson
That's
says,
a good question. That's a good question.
Yeah, let the public respond to that.
Oh,
That's
you
a
know
good-
what?
They got 3
Let's see if we can get their
I
election
guarantee
first.
you they got some thieves in the temple waiting.
And let me tell you something. They get their hands on Hasselbring. It's gonna be still elections from now on. Because you gotta realize. Let me say this. This is important because you gotta realize they need to steal this election because Neeley has
They need
nowhere
to
to grow.
steal them all.
He has nowhere to go. He
Nowhere.
thought he was gonna get that
He's
Dan
out.
kill DC. They almost laughed in his face.
No, they did laugh in
And
his
so
face.
now he ain't got nowhere else to go. He's terminally
And he's
out
mad
at the
about it.
state. And then let's be clear: the city don't want him.
No more.
Okay,
No more.
but he's doing the bidding of the big time thieves
Right.
and the capitalists, so they're letting him make it.
Right.
But
Until
the
they can
re-
get a replacement.
But let's be clear, and they try to. It's that comment that the person said that Chris Martin or Del Rico is the only people that can beat him. First of all, let's be clear. How would you know who is the only people that can beat him? Right?
Yes.
How you know?
Right.
How you know? Those are the only people they're gonna let beat him in the election.
So did
that
you
they
hear
still-
this? You made me think of something
Yeah.
yesterday. Did you hear this yesterday? When Ladel, I think it was Ladel, was talking, and she said, "Past and present or future
Yeah.
council person."
She slipped.
She sure did.
Yeah.
She made a
Talking
permanent
about
slip.
Carrie Nelson.
Yeah.
Oh, see, because they've already
They
decided
didn't already.
they need
decided.
somebody to help them steal, and he's the hot-pocketed thief of their desire.
This is an exact example of the night that Best Shifty nameplate was already prepared the night he got his seat. Remember that?
Because
The
they
already knew.
I mean, I'm
Yeah,
just
they got
saying.
his name.
They're
Kelly
so
Red.
damn obvious. It's ridiculous.
I
we
mean,
just need to
but-
Well, they are in your face for sure.
They
I mean,
They
but
are.
they can be like that when
Right.
they know that the law is a coward. You
the
know,
part that-
everybody's a coward at the
That's
legal
true.
The
end.
part that amazes me about this whole situation, from the city council having the 4-4 for presidency to the 4-4 for
Mhm.
the who they're going to pick for the third ward, is the way that the Fab Four, I'm like, you guys kind of need to be nice to some of these other folks over here. If y'all want something from them, and it looks like they get worse. And then I look at so when me and Carol go to the barbershop and we selling the bean pies. At the barbershop, the word on the curb was that Jared was, the weakest link in having conversations with folks. And was having conversation with some folks on the other side of the vest. And and they were saying he's the weakest link. So I was a little. So when the meeting started yesterday, we didn't know you didn't know what you was gonna get.
Mm-hmm.
Now I don't know what happened, or somebody lit a fire up under him or something, because I didn't see the first part of the meeting, but they said he was going toe to toe and head to head with Ladel. And I think him and Dennis was letting her have it. I don't know.
Good. They need to get on her tail.
Well, there was an interesting conversation about the North Side City Hall, or whatever they're calling
that little, mini station or whatever.
So they're talking about, it's just bringing money to the city. How can it bring money to the city?
And ain't nobody never over there.
Well, let me finish this. And
I just think two people over
there's
at the
post office box that sits in front of City Hall. Listen to this. Unbelievable. They could just move that damn thing to the curb and nobody would have to walk in City Hall. But they don't even think of things like that. They want to cross town, pay high rent, lie about whether they're making. And I just thought just move the damn mailbox to the curb. Because let me drive in front of City Hall and drop my bills in the damn box. Do something with that box.
You can go.
You look at that landmark gets a puppy. They said no.
We pay $50,000 or $60,000 for that
yesterday.
So we are getting.
They had all kind of reasons.
Could you hear me?
Can I get one? Can you just say it one more time? Move the damn trash.
Move the damn.
Move your hands like this.
Dude.
Now, let me say this. Somebody got special interest in that. And they can't get no kickback by moving no mailbox to the curb.
Correct. But can the residents get a break?
No.
No, you cannot.
Resident.
They'll break you, but you can't get a break.
Now listen, I just got a text from the barbershop.
Okay, what the barbershop text?
Wait. And Miss Door with your plan for the city. Plan
that. Whatever. She done got her money already.
Well, there you go.
And then she goes. I was gonna say, then she goes and makes her some boards. Okay, let's hear what the barbershop said. Barbershop talk.
Now the word from the barbershop is that's why they put that they want that land. That's why they put $30 million in the Brownell school. What's that? At Brownell and the home school. Because the new chip company will require Flint, Genesee County to have approximately 10,000 homes. They need Northern's property, House of Esther property, Pearson Road, and Hasselbring.
And that's why the powers that be, the ones you're talking about, are doing all this. And Neeley, they have to keep him in right now because he was part of the plan. And so he's just got to pull the trigger on everything they've told him to do.
They don't care.
It might be some of them.
Oh, okay.
Now my word from the barbershop be good.
It's fine.
My word when I be selling the bean pies at the barbershop be good.
Yes, it do. When you hear something in the barbershop, it's 99.999.
You are that baby's dad.
Be good. Now, I be selling them bean pies. Be good.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna be done. But we look at the first ward person, right? Violent offender, no education, right?
Still violent.
No real
Then got a mill. Then got a million.
Over $1 million. No education. When has mainstream America ever supported a violent black man with no proven real track record of turnaround?
when he does what they want him to do.
Boom.
Yeah.
You a genius, girl. You should have been there. Oh, you was. What? They don't want no comments. I mean, get out of there, folks. Get her out of there. She over there checking board me. Want somebody to answer some complaints? Throw her off of there.
And they tried to throw Billy off.
They gonna get rid of Billy.
They tried to throw Billy off too.
If they gotta lie, steal, cheat, and kill to get her off of there, because whatever they trying to do, they don't need no witness.
And you know what? They're such cowards. They want to be the whole city wants to go after Billy. Is that the definition of a coward?
But let me tell you something. Paul ran up on the right one. I don't blame him for pressing charges, because baby, if you'd have put your hands on her and y'all have got the brawling, I'm betting my PSP pension 401k on Billy. Kicktail Billy.
She's so smart.
She's
smarter than him.
She's smart. She's nice. She's knowledgeable, and she don't play.
Yeah.
And like I said, I put my money on Billy.
Yeah. And all he does is attack women.
I was about to say that, you know,
that's a punk.
I've heard
clothes whipped off of him. He better press charges because Billy
low testosterone.
That's a punk.
Low testosterone.
When you do that,
I hate she don't
have something for us.
All right, Miss Michelle Young said she couldn't hear me. Philip Johnson says Flint needs to stop accepting who steps up to run and start precinct by precinct, going out and finding candidates themselves. Not only that, they need to follow through and vote. Terrence O'Sell says Neeley catering to the white people. That's a formula that's hard to match. Philip Johnson said it's over 70,000 people in Flint. Everyone who can vote should vote. Lock the doors in City Hall if you have to and hold a special election.
Philip, the problem with that is once they vote, they can't count. The absentee ballots and all that, they can't count.
Gloria
count 5.
Yeah. Listen, Gloria gonna count 2 for him, 1 for you.
Right.
6 for you, 1 for her. They took Gloria off the election as the election supervisor, but still let her work the election.
Yeah, come on.
But they can count to 5.
But let me say this, and let's be clear. If I'm Miss Liz, a supervisor on Monday, and they take me off the job for a minute on Tuesday, but I'm still working, Liz can cut up if she want to, because they already unlawful. Because come Wednesday, she out of a job if she say anything about me lying, cheating, or stealing. Okay, so that don't overlay for the underplay. They think they be making a fool out of it.
Overlay.
Let me tell you something. Now, what I'm hoping is, and I hope don't nobody feel like I'm racist, but I'm gonna say it because this is America.
I don't think black people can be racist.
And it was built on racism. What I'm hoping is that after all these black people who think they'll be included and have a seat at the table, I hope when
find out they sweeping the crumbs.
I hope Mighty Whitey throw every last one of them in jail for lying, stealing, and cheating. That would be beautiful.
Well, Walmart wrote out the definition, so it won't be hard to replace them. They not.
They're done with their DEI.
We done with that. Done with it.
Done with the DEI.
Want some more? Yeah.
Sorry, Landon, we interrupted.
Terrence O'Sell said Dennis the weakest link. Philip Johnson said there has to be some way people can get legal proxy people to handle the positions in an election that they believe cannot be trusted when the people currently are in place. Gloria Boone is one of those people that can't be trusted. I said what I said. Terrence O'Sell says being pro-black is not being racist.
Oh, okay. Then
black people can't be racist.
You can't be racist if you're disadvantaged.
They said I was racist when I was there.
Whenever we stand up for each other, we're a problem.
They told me I hired too many black people.
Oh, what? You can't be giving no black people no good jobs, girl.
I don't know. They were overqualified.
And they'll cheat and take you out. They'll cheat on the vote and take you out.
Yeah, they will.
There you go.
And then put a groupie in your place and put some cologne
a short
on
one.
And lie and say he got a degree and try to pretend like he a genius.
Yeah.
For 10 years, he didn't know that was on there.
For 20 years.
Okay, so for 20, you're right. For 20 years, he so
read
his Candace, was it you or was it Clyde? Which one of you staffers did that?
Let me say this.
Or maybe it was Taylor. What's his name? Maybe
no. Candace and Clyde were his staffers. I'm gonna tell you something. When he did that.
Now listen, I'm gonna tell you something. Okay. I don't know a whole. I just know what I heard when I was at the barbershop.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
About Mr. Taylor. I'm gonna bring you one next time about Mr. Taylor. But let me explain something to y'all so y'all understand and y'all look at that. When that man come up there, It's always some money involved.
Who? Taylor.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's always some money involved. It ain't no shenanigans. It ain't no shenanigans. When it wasn't, look how he played Candace when she was trying to get the hair, he cut her,
slit her throat,
slit
her decapitated.
So you watch how
Keep on, Mr. Taylor, slit her throat.
Well, and so
again,
and his hands is all in this Hasselbring thing.
Pimp hard, Mr. Taylor.
There you go with that.
Get what you do your thing. You know what? You know what? I'm gonna say this to you. If they letting you do it,
right, and that's what it is. That's what it is. Yeah.
Well, let me. Y'all want some money? Y'all want some free money? Y'all want me to tell y'all how to get some free money?
I don't know.
People out there, go to a school board meeting, have an accident, sue the school district. They don't fight no cases. They gonna make it rain on you. If you're having some problems, just go sue some of them.
Wow.
Never won a case. Never won a case that a person filed. Never. Except for when Sharice Lee was the attorney and they fired her. So don't worry about that.
So Ladel's going over there tomorrow. Candace is going over there tomorrow.
No.
Tomorrow
is Tonya.
Oh.
Tomorrow is Tonya.
No, over there tomorrow though, aren't they? I thought
the school board I was talking about.
Oh, that yeah. No. For the
they stole
the recall.
No, it's not the recall tomorrow. The recall is at like at 8 o'clock.
Council,
and then the council, and the ethics and accountability is like at 11:30 or 2 o'clock or something.
At the school?
No, girl, at the courthouse with them.
Okay,
your
go
friend,
ahead. We're sorry,
Mr. Kang.
Go ahead,
Mr. Kang.
Sheena Beckton said, hey y'all.
Hey,
she said, Philip Johnson, I keep saying they need to collaborate with the law school and have students review the footage, charter, and Robert's rules for the students for a grade as a term project, and use the evidence and research provided by the students as their resources to represent themselves or provide it to an attorney who is willing to represent them. Terrence Hill said they replaced Mayor Weaver with a lion. Said, I'm 1,000 miles away and I can see Flint is in the middle of the land grab.
Right.
Northside homeowners are sitting on a gold mine.
Right.
The question is, why don't First Ward see it? Why did they vote for Lee?
We do see it. And they probably didn't.
Especially since he can't show up again and again.
Especially when it takes that long to count this many votes. It doesn't take that long to count this many votes.
But and you know what else is this?
And that 9th ward, that what 8th ward?
What?
The 8th ward, that was the same board over there with the 10th ward. The voting place was
that wasn't a precinct.
That wasn't a
precinct. The workers didn't even know that it was a voting precinct.
They did that. Right.
Yeah, but that's Flint
chaos and confusion.
That's Flint for you. That's thievery.
I always say the enemy of progress is confusion.
No, the enemy of progress is them Negroes sitting on that city council and this administration. That's what the enemy of progress.
Yeah, confusion.
And they prostituting.
I love your language. I just love the description.
Capitalism, mighty whitey, and white people who live in the city of Flint. You are not mighty whitey. Mighty whitey would never live in Flint. Okay, in case you feeling a sense of pride when I say mighty
I am
whitey,
not talking to you.
I am not talking about you, dear. You will be getting robbed
because
you will be getting robbed.
That's right.
And
just like the rest of us. Yep.
And the proof is that
we're gonna talk about those folks.
Pimp hard, Ridgeway. Pimp hard.
Look at
like Fenton.
Gladys.
Oh, I mean, prayers up to Miss Gladys.
Yeah.
If Miss Gladys don't get her a dream team, I'll come in there like I was O.J. Simpson. Okay, I come in there and say I would. I'd be the fella all out. Ladel will breathe that hot dragon breath on me, and I'll faint right there. Oh. Right there.
Do that again, Carol.
It's global warming when she says something to me. That should be a lawsuit. See the things my eyebrows.
So you know, one of the important people on the Ethics and Review Board, said if we all gave $20, we could have $5,000 really quick, maybe by the weekend, so we could do some class action suits in the city of Flint. We have over 50 people that have been put out. These are individuals. Some have been put out 50 times.
Right.
others have been put out and won their cases.
Well, we'll have to take it to another court because Genesee County.
Right.
Because like Sheldon really told Joe
I
King,
don't go anywhere.
Layton is his friend. He ain't gonna do nothing. And guess what? He didn't lie. Layton sitting over there like you put a case on my desk. I can't see it.
Look,
Jesus
you put your hands over your eyes and put mine over my ears.
And if it go before you, and half of them judges ought to be shamed because P. Cal, when he went over our case at the school board, he didn't follow no rules. And then, like I said, the school board has immunity when you're operating in your capacity as a board member. So the fact that they settled this lawsuit for over $600,000, then tried to blame it on me, that's because they divided up the money. I told you they weren't gonna let
the way they ruled on Eric Mays.
and
let it be okay for him to be treated the way he was, for the people's voice to be taken from them.
And let me say to all these, I'm sorry,
Go ahead.
To all these half-ass politicians, I just want you to know you will never be recognized like Mayor, like
Eric Mays.
Eric Mays was when he at his funeral. So you can just do whatever y'all want to do. You're never going to be elevated by the people.
Well,
you can bring your Uzis on your
at your funeral, you might, but
no,
they have to pay those people.
Well, they had one that
they'll bus people into your funeral.
No, I don't think so. I don't think they get anybody. They might pay them, but I don't think they're going to have another one like that.
Oh, well, they're not going to.
It won't be genuine.
It won't be the same.
It'll be paid for.
Oh,
because let me tell you, three people.
Money.
Let me tell you.
You think the white people will pay for one of them to? I don't think so.
Oh, but they'll do anything to make it look.
Well, if you're gone,
that's why we got Channel 12 with all their fake news. They bought everybody off, including your city.
Was it one of the?
Well, you're gone.
But I will say this. Let me say this. It is some catalyst. It is some catalyst that we lost, and that definitely is Eric Mays and BB. And I'm gonna be honest. I just don't feel like it was no coincidence both of them left. Right when Burston was going to get all these millions and do this great vinaigrette, all of a sudden he just suddenly dropped dead. Then it's just like Puffy and them. You know what I'm saying? Everybody around Puffy conveniently dies, and it's always beneficial to him. So the fact that Eric Mays died, yes, Eric Mays was sick. The fact that BB died or whatever they're saying about his situation, I don't really buy it. Okay, we got to realize millions of dollars is on the line. And yes, they will kill you for millions of dollars. And they will send somebody like you who will do their dirty work, like Ladel, Candace, this administration, because all you have to do is give them their little bit. They don't care about us.
Well, they need all of them to be an Eric Mays. That's interesting. All of them together will not collectively be or have the legacy that he will have in this community, because Eric loved the people.
He did. He worked for the people.
And they loved him.
And anytime, and you know what? I can truly say too in this past election, because it's always some stuff you could do better. And I saw that. But to even get where I was at and worked a full-time job the whole time I campaigned, I just
excuse me, but that's an applause.
Yeah, I just felt like, it was still a victory because I know the kind of money that my opponent was getting.
Right.
I know the type of media attention he was afforded.
Yeah.
I know how the news and Mighty Whitey, propped him up to look like a saint with these vests and glasses. Like I said, but at night he's got on a hoodie and a Draco.
That's right.
But they support that because he's doing their dirty work.
Their dirty work.
And anytime we have people that look like us that can be openly illegal on a federal level, then you already know who they're behind, because they don't let us steal unless we're stealing for them.
There you go.
Yeah.
We'll get into just some of these comments because it's going kind of fast. Sheena Becton said, Michelle Young, it's a win-win. Get the black student unions involved. Get police side departments involved. Terrence O'Sell says, don't hire Lintos.
Oh God.
B Marie says, hey.
Hey, B Marie.
Michelle Young said, in the private sector, if you made as many mistakes with ballots, you would lose your job.
Right.
Sheena Becton says, I wrote an entire essay on the premise of what Carol just said. White people in Flint are not exempt and do not need to get comfortable with the thought that can be comfortable. Patrick Jean said, "Hey everybody,
Hey,
Ladel will have wild animals at her funeral, a whole wildlife convention." And then Philip Johnson follows by saying, "Wait, let's not be dissing animals now."
We're definitely
on that one.
And so D. Richburg said, "Hey,
D, how you doing, D?
Oh man!
wow.
He said, "Don't
Y'all
miss-
messing with the
We're
animals."
messing with the animals." Okay, we'll stop. We'll stop.
Okay, I want to bring up one more old thing. You know, the park, Oak Park.
Oh my God.
I'm still suffering from that because the Oak Park has been green from the beginning. There's not been any pollution in that park ever.
Mhm.
But we want a company to come in there and put
pollute it.
a damn parking lot. So it's convenient. Asphalt on top. They've got all of that polluted property. But they want the park. And
They want your good stuff.
They
They don't want
want
your
the
junk.
good
They want your
stuff.
good stuff.
I tell you, and we got come on, take
And you
the
got
park.
your administration.
Come on.
Come on in.
Come on.
Well, first of all, he
That's
needs
right.
to say he's done something. See, the fact that he's shot his tail over
Who?
there to Hasselbring.
The one that wears a cross.
Yeah, the fact he shot his tail over there to Hasselbring and getting in their mix and talking about what he gonna do for the seniors. You want to do something for the seniors, sir?
Leave them alone.
No, let me tell you that too. But let me tell you how he can impress every senior in the city of Flint.
I'm a test. Tell me.
Do your job and fix the water. Stop right there.
There you go.
If you can't do that, then
And
you
he
ain't
can.
finna get no services
And
at
he can.
Hasselbring.
Can.
You ain't finna do nothing but tell a bunch of lies like what you've been doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And to
Well,
go
that's
after
not
seniors.
that's not going to happen. He's not going to do his
And to go
job.
after
Not the job he should be doing. He's going to do the job that they put him there to do. Now he's going to do that because that's
They
what
said
he's
I gotta
doing.
run all these black folks off the north side. Y'all better get up out of there. They said you gotta go.
We got to keep the water bad. We got to get rid of economic development for the city of Flint.
We
gotta
got to
get rid of-
we're doing a plan for the city.
Economic
Exactly.
development
No
is not for. There's no economic
No.
development for the city of Flint. There's
They-
economic development for downtown.
They took it.
Yeah.
They don't need
And when we had it,
They
he gave
stole
it.
everything.
He gave it back to him.
Yeah,
He
that's
gave
how he-
it back to him. He
Yeah,
gave it
just
back
like he
to
doing
him.
Hasselbring.
Right.
We got Hasselbring for the seniors. He taking it back.
He's
That's
taking it
all he
back.
do is put his foot
And,
on the black communities now.
and if you guys over at Brennan Center think it's not gonna happen to you,
What, coming soon?
coming soon
To a neighborhood
to a
near you?
neighborhood near you. So y'all can sit back and y'all need better get into the fight. Because
Well,
I'm
I
telling you
didn't
right
go
now,
to
it's
the-
coming. It's coming. They coming. When they get Hasselbrink, y'all next.
I didn't go to the barber shop to sell bean pies, but I would like to the next time.
Okay.
Please
Okay.
ask me to go with you.
Okay, we're gonna take Miss
We're
Liz.
gonna do a clutching our pearls
I don't know if we
at
can
the
take you to the
barber shop and
shop
have
with
us some
us.
bean pies.
We-
Now that we should do that.
But Miss Liz will be getting all of the information. We won't get no information if we
No.
take Miss Liz.
I did hear that. Brennan is safe. I did hear that Brennan is safe.
Oh well, because they don't want Brennan Center, but let them start
Okay.
developing over there by Stewart School. Let them get to tearing those
Well, they
dilapidated
did.
houses
They
down.
gave property that was Brennan's Park. They gave that to the food bank.
Okay.
They already went after them.
Oh, so they're gonna circle back if somebody want that property. They'll cut the food bank throat and ears too.
I think that that's again the underlay for the overplay,
Mhm.
Like that expression.
and I think that they're coming for them next.
They're
But if they
coming for-
tell you that, then you won't come.
Right, they're coming for all of us.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes, one at a time.
you know, we're gonna go to this
Yeah.
area, then we're gonna do it this way,
Yeah.
then we're gonna do it that way.
D.
Yes,
Richburg,
I know you got something to speak.
D. Richburg
Laughing.
said, Maze tried to warn us about these handkerchief heads. Well, y'all know the rest.
That's right, Miss
And
D.
Sheena said he sure did.
Mhm.
Oh, I hope he gets to see all of this and knows it. Yeah.
Yeah. Because this is. I mean, we're in a sad
Yeah.
place.
Yeah.
In the city of
Sad.
Flint,
Yeah,
we
he
really are, and if
And
we
we don't
can't
have to be.
make, we
he's
shouldn't
got
be.
that squatter in his
We
seat.
shouldn't be.
I still don't think that I still don't think Candace beat Jan Marie, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because
Well,
when Art was talking about that election, and he mentioned, and she was cocky, and her chest was poked out like a peacock, and when he said, because I know what went on with them absentee ballot, he went to question that absentee ballot. She literally,
And she had her pants pulled way up,
dropped her head. She was up there like this. Oh, you thought we ain't know you stole these? Girl, ain't nobody voted for you. I'm like,
yes, they did, Gloria.
Wait, what's that man name? I'm like,
over again.
Oh, this ain't nobody came to see you.
Gloria voted for her over and over and over again. How many times can I vote?
Yeah, up all night.
Yeah,
I have 700 absentee ballots.
right.
You have nothing to worry about. I'm going to fill them all out for you.
That's right.
When everybody gets tired, I'm going to hang around.
You know what?
I'm slide them right in.
You know what? I'm going to say something. And I'm going to, when Carol was running, we did a lot of door knocking and out in the first ward and talking to people and stuff. And it was some houses that weren't there.
That weren't there.
That were on that absentee.
That were on that absentee.
One man said his wife been dead for 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
Campaigning. They were going to houses. Went to one house that had 5 different people in there. Nobody lived there.
The house.
Nobody lived.
We
there.
went to a house that was not there.
Yeah. Oh, that was not there.
A lot.
You know what?
It wasn't just one.
That was several.
Yeah.
That was
especially
several.
up and down Holmes Avenue and to the left side
on Baltimore,
DuPont,
Philadelphia, houses weren't there.
Between
and they had ballots.
Yeah, between Pearson and Carpenter, home, and then Detroit.
Saginaw,
yeah. Yep.
Okay, you know what? Oh wow, look. Oh, that was cute. We talked about a lot.
Yep,
we talked about a lot, but we'll be back.
So much has happened. So much will be. It's continuing
to
happen.
Go to court tomorrow morning if you want to. 8:30. Go to court tomorrow at 11 o'clock if you want to. The 18th. I mean, it's court everywhere. But thank you all for tuning in.
Just everyone that's tuning in, just keep our people in prayer. That's right. They need your support. And once again, Tonya Buckles, happy birthday, girl!
Go,
it's your birthday,
girl. See ya.
Bye.